future of virtual motorsports is now. This September, the heart of sim racing beats in Chicagoland as the Sim Gaming Expo takes over the Schaumburg Convention Center, September 5th through the 7th. Go wheel to wheel in our competition area, test the latest gear, meet top brands, creators, and celebrate with fellow sim racing enthusiasts. Whether you're a seasoned sim racer or new to the sport, this is your chance to be part of history. To purchase tickets and see the full exhibitor lineup, visit simgamingexpo.com.
Hello again, everyone. I am Gary Gatto, and welcome to P1's coverage of Round 11 of Season 2 of the Sim Gaming Expo ISRA Open Wheel Series. We come to you tonight from the site of our most exciting race last season, where Rick Ravon edged out Matt Wagner by 6 thousandths of a second at the finish line. We're at Michigan International Raceway. Joining me in the booth tonight, as always, is Luis Gonzalez Nunez. Luis, you might remember the finish from last season. I suspect we might see a little bit more of that today, although the track temperature is getting up there. It's 120 degrees right now, which might make the racing a little bit different than it was last time. But another thing that is hot is the points championship. Is that the top two people in the points, the top two drivers, are only separated by 11 points, and we saw a lot of racing we need to do this season. 4 races starting tonight to round out the season.
Yes, it is. So good evening for everyone. Yeah, we really close for the end of the season. I thought we were gonna see. We started in April. This really crazy how everything's running fast in this year, and we are already gonna close another season close to 2. So Michigan, our proper super speedway or speedway, we can call it. In every time and every league is super different, and like I just said, we have two I don't want to say two main leaders, but Collins, the main leader without wins. So we're gonna make the question later in between the race, but I have the question about Formula One. You know, I'm really fan of Formula One, but anyways, IndyCar is the main thing over here. It's gonna be a good race, and I hope, well, all of these guys keep in mind 100 laps, 10 laps to go is the showtime for sure.
All right. Well, we are getting ready to go racing. The starting grid is formed. Let's get on in here and take a look at tonight's starting grid from Michigan. And on the pole, this is a place that this guy likes. Tristan Fortson with a speed of 220.270. Remember, he won the Michigan race at the start of last season in the votive Indy Oval Series. So he knows this place and likes this place a lot. He is on the pole. Right next to him is Jason Collins. Best start of the season for Jason Collins, the teammate of our defending champion from last season, who's lining up third. There is Rick Ravon and Forsyth lining up in row 2. Richie Hearn and Clidworth in row 3. Wags and Quilla, row 4. Rigney and Stouffer on row 5. Lovern and Reagan back on row 6. Here is our points leader, Jacob Collins, back in row 7 and right next to Devin Ramsey. And then we get the starting of the guys that decide not to put any qualification laps. Callisto and Kirby in row 8. Rodriguez and Gallas in row 9. Goodman, who's returning back to the series for after a little bit of a break. And Fowler in row 10. And say hey, Lewis Hayes in the last spot there in row 11th. 21 cars are going to take the green flag here tonight.
So that's a main question. IndyCar for over the 100 years, without counting the First and Second World War for sure, have a champion without win?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes, twice on
Great.
2 occasions. In 2 occasions, 1958 and 1978. Those were 2 campaigns that the driver that won did not win a single race. Tony Bettenhausen Sr. won in 1958. And 20 years later, it was Tom Sneva in 1978. Wow. But on 2 occasions, that has happened in IndyCar racing, but only 2 occasions, and it doesn't happen very often.
The second one is Sneva. It's kind of more crazy, actually, to be honest.
That one is he ended up getting he lost his seat the next year to Rick Mears. So it didn't ensure him a seat at Penske after winning the championship. But he later got his Indy 500 win. Green flag in the air. Tristan Fortson brings the field down. We're underway here. 100 laps of racing at Michigan. Down the back stretch, we have an inside line and outside line. Rayvon goes to the outside line. He's going to bring, actually his teammate's going to go out there with him to try to pull him on up. High line, guys already ripping the top already in 3 and 4 at the completion of lap 1 here. And here's Rick Rayvon in the middle after they go 3 wide of the start-finish line. Rick to the top. Our defending winner here from last season. Oh, Fortson! Oh!
Oh. Just remember, if you have a little bit small damage in your car, the count is if you have a draft for the car on the front, you're gonna be safe for now. But maybe not for be a leader or a stay for the leader here.
Wagner sets the purple lap. Rodriguez resets it at 2:23.3 as Rodriguez back in the draft, getting a major tow back there. Glindy side by side with Jason Collins going in the 3 wide right behind them going in the 3. In the middle there was Richie Hearn. Hearn down low through 1 and 2, getting a bit of a run, a lot of rotation, but a lot of momentum on the high side. Also joining Glindy is his teammate, Ty Quilla, although who's that middle car? That is, I believe that Stouffer came over and kind of crowded Quilla a little bit, yeah. Oh, there's just no room to go. Now we're going 3 wide. Stouffer goes to the bottom. He goes 3 wide 2 times through the corner. Now he comes out and exits the corner next to, and he's going to get the beat on his teammate there. And he pulls out ahead and he exits the corner in 3rd spot. Fortson down low under Collins into 3 and 4 to try to get the lead back. Fortson goes back to the point.
This is the moment when you're everyone just do like we see each other. So it's like we see every time in Michigan, just swap, make a draft, like a Richie Hearn going. I don't like that line, to be honest. It doesn't matter how it is the setup or no. I don't like to use the first line. Especially with the old tire.
Ooh. Ty got his wheel down, left wheel down on the yellow line through 3 and 4. And we'll see what his speed's like at the trap. 230, 231, 232. 232 in the draft, in the trap. Down the back stretch here, the 2-mile oval in the Irish Hills of Michigan. 225. He rolls out of it just a little bit. Drops the 5th gear. So again, they're doing a little bit more work in the cockpit than you would think. It's just not on the accelerator and turning left in these Indy cars, shifting gears.
Also, it's a good stuff. For example, if we're going a little more back, we have a lot of action on the back with Lobner, Valor over there back for action on here. Just save fuel. If you save fuel, you can make at least, if it's no caution for sure, you can make at least the last or maybe in the middle stint, one short stop to go to the end. So it's pretty like a save fuel. We know we have a fuel tank, 100% tank over here, but it's still like if you save a little bit, you can make advantage in the end for sure. Maybe you're not curious about the question I asked you in Formula One. If it's somebody won the championship without win,
has somebody ever won the Formula One World Championship without a win?
No, my man, nobody. It's just Nicky Rosberg won only one race in 1982. And Mike Houghton, the same guy, have the incident in Le Mans when he pulled off for pits and killed. Then they come in one car on the back, jump in and killed many people in Le Mans. Then Mercedes decide to don't go anymore to Le Mans after years. Only one time. So basically, in there you have to. But I don't understand how, especially Sneva, in that time we have a lot of people competing, and in that time won the championship without win.
And
I know
also,
the points is really high.
Yeah.
But it's really strange to think about it. And
that's even the same year that Al Unser Sr. won the IndyCar Triple Crown, the first and only driver to win the IndyCar Triple Crown, as Stouffer goes to the point. He won that season at Ontario, Indianapolis, and Pocono. And in the, like I said, in the over 100-year history of organized IndyCar racing, no other driver has ever won the Triple Crown, and it just happened to win that year. And he didn't have enough points to beat out Tom Sneva, unfortunately. He, despite all the very successfulness of that season and all the accolades and everything, he was not able to get the national championship while Sneva was.
Even with the IRL 96, when Buzz Cockins and Scott Sharp tied in points, even that, with these 3 races and World Diesel War in Phoenix and Indy, they even counted that, because Buzz Cockins won one race.
Yep.
And Scott Sharp didn't won the race. So kind of crazy that thinking about it, with too many races, it just.
Now, there was almost a situation in the Indy Racing League, I believe in that 96-97 campaign, where they started with the old cars and then went to the new cars starting in 97. I believe Davey Hamilton was among, it was the points battle came down to Davey Hamilton and Tony Stewart in the final race of the season. And Davey Hamilton was in contention for the championship under the power of no wins.
Yeah, he won Tony Stewart. He won in Pike Peak Raceway, and that's it. It's the only one win. He won and he finished 11 in the Las Vegas 2, and Hamilton in 7. I don't know. Kind of crazy also too. Really, Tony Stewart have a very bad first 3 races, but Hamilton have a really consistent races, to be honest. But the only thing it was the win about Tony Stewart to win the championship in 96, 97. It is the only one to win in NASCAR championship and IndyCar.
Yes. Well, yes, period. I don't think there has been another. Foyt didn't do it. Andretti didn't do it. They won races. Rutherford didn't do it. He won races. But the only driver to win a IndyCar championship and a stock car NASCAR championship at the Cup level is Tony Stewart.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, Tony Stewart only had that win at Pikes Peak, whereas Davey Hamilton, he really kind of powered himself to second in points with 3 podium finishes and a couple of top 5s, but after that, the rest of his finishes were kind of mediocre.
So this is the time where we make a question about everything. So everybody's turn to the left. We have 18 laps. So since which year you're watching or be fan of the IndyCar?
What year did I first start watching IndyCar and I became a fan? I remember they weren't always easy to find on TV, and when I was kind of starting to watch them in the early 80s. I remember the first race that I was fully invested in terms of listening from start to finish and wanting a winner and following along and understanding everything. I think it was the 1982 Indy 500. I think it was the first time I kind of really paid attention. I wanted Rick Mears to win. A.J. Foyt started on the front row. If you were a little boy in Indianapolis, every little boy knew about A.J. Foyt if you lived in Indianapolis. And so when he started on the front row, that was a big deal. So that's the first race I remember watching. But the one that really got me into IndyCar racing and wanting to watch all the races on the schedule and make an effort to find them, it was the 86 season. I went to my very first Indy 500 in 86. And then, now that you've gone and see a race firsthand, you've kind of invested yourself now. You've seen them before your eyes, not just at practice, but, for all the pomp and circumstance of Indy 500. Plus, the races were a little bit easier to find. In most cases, they were either on ABC, a couple were on NBC, but most everything else was going to be on ESPN. So just about every race was televised. So that was kind of the first season I remember of really watching IndyCar racing and becoming fully invested in the sport after witnessing my very first Indy 500.
Okay, this is the question I ask you. So it's 39 years. Next year is 40 years you follow the IndyCar. So which one is the best? You're like, oh my God, this is the best season ever since that year to... I don't want to count this year because it's not finished yet, but since last year. So in 39, in almost 38 years, which was the best season? You're thinking about it, this is the best one so far.
Although it was that 2000 season, and even during the split, that 2000 season was pretty exciting. It was probably one of the worst Indy 500s I've ever been to, but that 2000 season where everybody got a chance to win. We had all those different races in both kart and Indy Racing League that had different winners, surprise winners, first-time winners. That was a lot of fun to watch when I think it was a 2000 season. It was a bit of a different season, too, because I think they were coming off a season where they just lost Greg Moore and the cars and technology in terms of what I like to see.
Oh, you're talking about car. Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about where the technology of the car and speed intersect. It was right there at about the year 2000 where we've never been any faster than that. And that's kind of what I remember the most about 2000 season is, and really enjoying that, is that the cars have never been faster, and there was never as much parity from top to bottom. Anybody on any given race, any given Sunday, so to speak, could get a win. An awful Indy 500, though. An awful Indy 500. Boring 500.
That's good. Yeah, me too. I think so. I really follow. For me, IndyCar was in that time car. But it's really weird when you see, in my country, you see the national TV show something different with different names. But if you go to cable, you see now guys with other names and all the stuff. It's like, oh, what is this? I was like 10 years old, something like that, when I started to, maybe more, 12, maybe, I don't remember. When I started to figure out, oh, this is different when I watched it yesterday. Oh, sorry, last week. But I always have this memory when the Montoya or Team Green, yeah. And then Sundays with the Score Sharp, Cheever, Salazar, Fisher, Hornish also too.
Yeah.
I always think about it's keeping my mind when I have the score chart on board. That's the best thing. So I really realized, and that time it's like, oh my God, watch it on board the score chart with the black and yellow on the side. It's like, oh my God, this is crazy. Even with the Formula One, for me, that on board with the score chart, or Scott Gutierrez also too, with the yellow and then San Hornis, it's like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Goodman taking evasive action off of turn 2 to the bottom of the racetrack, but he seems to be okay right now. Yeah, that Scott Sharp Delphi car, I remember the first time seeing it, I'm like, well, that's interesting. But later that livery really became, that's what he became known for, was that black and yellow and red Delphi livery. Lindy sneaking through on the high side there. Lap 30 of 100. Thanks for joining us, everybody. You have not missed a thing. We are getting to the first round of pit stops here very shortly. We have not had a caution. Knock on wood. Find some wood. Knocking on it right there. There we go. We have been caution-free all the way to this point as Clendy goes 3 wide into turn 1. Fortson trying to break the draft down the backstretch. Here comes Stouffer to the inside. Ty Quilla. He's in the... Oh, Rick Rayline. It almost got Hearn.
Hold it. Nice. You know the first line in the main straight, when you're going over there, if you click the... Oh my God. Don't use the first line. If you click the main straight, the first and second, the car starts to slice in everywhere. So I don't know. Good hands on Richard Hearn to hold it, and Forson's going to pit now.
Tristan Fortson pitting at a scheduled stop for him at lap 32. He spent a lot of it out front, punching a hole in the air for Stouffer. And on that first stint, so this is a scheduled stop for him. It looks to me that they will try to do 33.66 and make that last stint go 1 lap longer to turn this into, as he gets into and hits his marks, turn this into a 3-stopper.
This look to me, they don't want to go in with all of these guys on the same time. I don't like in Michigan or Auto Club or Fontana or Pocono, even Daytona, going with somebody else, because you don't know if the guy have a break later than you and can put your car out of the race for one wreck.
Yeah, when I would come in and I would pit with a teammate and we would stagger our approach to pit road. I would be high and he would be low, or I would be low and he would be high. That way we don't end up wrecking each other. But if you come with more than two, you kind of gotta use your best judgment.
I remember in the Lionheart IndyCar Series, I came in Iowa, and I had my break point to Iowa. Forza is coming to now. And they came back to me, came Brophy. And Brophy didn't know I have a different break, and he had a break later. And, well, he avoided me, and he crashed into the wall to the right side, just for avoid me.
Craig Forsyth coming down for his scheduled stop at lap 36. He will hit his marks. Slides into the box, but hits the marks. Up on the jacks, new set of tires and a full tank of fuel. Down and away. 8.4 seconds on pit road for former champion of the Dark Horse Series. Winner at the Lionheart level. Craig Forsyth coming back up to speed. That gives the lead over to Rick Ravon. Nobody coming into pit road that time.
Oh,
Michael Goodman coming to pit road.
Yep.
And now Clindy. Oh,
no!
Stouffer and Ravon. 3 winners this season. Ravon at Indianapolis. Stouffer, 3 wins this season.
Stouffer coming now.
And he's coming to pit road. California, Milwaukee, and Homestead, and Motegi for Stouffer. Clindy at Chicagoland, Kentucky. Rick Ravon at Indianapolis. We'll watch Chris Stouffer come down and hit his marks. Finished on the podium in the Dark Horse Series last night. Of course, we are joined by the winner of that race, Luis Gonzalez Nunez. Stouffer down and away. He's done. Still racing up front. Still expecting first stops for many of this field.
Wagner's announced coming in. I don't know, where is Wagner?
Wagner right there in the Horizon IndyCar Series sponsored livery. He comes down off of the banking and he will hit the pit road speed limit at the cones. Pit road speed limit here is 55 miles per hour. It's a 100% fuel. No fuel restrictions here. Unlimited tires. We're doing 100 laps, 200 race miles. It's a fixed setup race, setup provided by the league. Track record here, set back when Cart used to visit here. Paul Tracy back in 2000 with the speed of 234.9.
Ravon is coming.
Rick Ravon coming off of pit, and he is joined by, that is Richie Hearn, Rigney, and that is Rodriguez in the Mad Works livery. Craig Forsyth with new tires and fuel, 224.9.
Okay, so a lot of people calling for pit, so it's gonna be maybe now 3-4 cars with Ty Quilla. Maybe next somebody's coming, Clendy.
Oh, Quilla coming in this time. And then we see Gary Lovern. And we see the 10 of David Rodriguez. Sorry. There's David Rodriguez. Who's the other car that's coming in?
Collins, Reagan. Yeah, that's it.
Jacob Collins is coming in.
Clint is coming now. I think it's all the
that's
leaders
Chris, okay,
should
that's
be
Chris
coming now.
Reagan. Chris Reagan missed his mark, so he had to back up. So he will might get passed on pit road or not pick up any positions. There we go. Glindy on pit road. He is coming with Fowler. He is coming with... Oh, car spinning out.
Uh-oh. Oh, Hayes.
I don't know. Hey, I don't know who it is. Okay,
Penalty.
Hayes.
Penalty. It should be penalty. It should be penalty.
Fowler on pit road as well. Gallus on pit road. Ramsey on pit road. Jason Collins on pit road.
Oh no, they don't have a penalty. Nice. Well, it's a penalty because it's gonna be by himself, back on the back.
Yeah, that's going to be he's not going to get a black flag penalty, but he's going to basically penalize himself, for time he has to make up. But now we're watching Kirby, who has saved the most fuel out of everyone. He is the last to stop. This is kind of his MO. He does pretty well with the fuel save, and he's coming to pit road. He's had a rough last couple of races on the schedule, wanting to erase those results, and he got himself up into the top 5 by staying out long, hitting his marks right now, going up on the jacks. New set of tires, full tank of fuel. Tires are really worn out on his car. Down and away. So now we'll turn the lead over to Stouffer. And his teammate Forsyth right behind him, Tristan Fortson in third as Fortson takes a peek to the inside, but so does Forsyth. We're going to go 3 wide into the corner, and Forsyth is going to come out the other end as your leader. Oh! I think Richie Hearn gave the turn 2 wall just a little bit of a kiss. Here comes Rick Ravon to the inside of Fortson.
Little separate. I see the group little bit separate. If you want to, if they're really smart, it can Forsyth and Stouffer work it together. Ravon hold it. Let's go away for this group and define this thing to the close. Stouffer almost, but it's no kind of work to. Pretty good than that swap, so they can do it. They can do it. Actually, Valor is the last one in 9th with 1.3 behind of Quilla.
Yeah, Fowler up 11 spots right now. There he is. Right behind him is Kirby, who just stopped. Kirby up 6 spots. Jason Collins, who started on the front row, he's down 12. But our points leader struggling at the moment. He is down in 19th position, well back in order. And here are the points coming into this race. There you see them right there. Collins with an 11-point lead over Wagner. Clindy 10 points back from Wagner. Rigney 1 point behind Clindy. Then 6 points behind Rigney is Forsyth, then Callisto, Stouffer, Ravon, Hearn, and Lovern. That's your top 10. There you see the remainder of your top 20 on your screen. Yeah, those guys a little bit. Those guys a little bit further back. They're almost 10 seconds back. They need a caution at this point.
Yeah, it's changed everything. You see the Jason Collins on 12 on the back. He's starting second. Maybe bad pit stop. Maybe bad decision to stay on the back. Sometimes it's good to be on the back and thinking about it. Well, let's ride for 30 laps, and then you have to wake up and try to go in again on the front. To come into the leaders and pits and front, and now he have this handicap and tried to working with Regan and Lovren over there. But like I just said, the points leader don't have too much help from Galas and Callisto. Callisto, it always starts from the back, and then some point, poof, it's on the front again. but like I said, they need a caution just for all the group coming together. But if I Stoffer or Craig Forsyth or Forson or Richard Hare, I don't want to.
Whoa, Fortson causing Richie Hearn to take some evasive action in turn 2, but we are straightened it out. And now the high side kind of getting a little bit of a run on Fortson, who started on the pole. That whole group now is all together. The top 7, and soon to be joined by, actually it's the top 8, soon to be joined by Fowler in 9th and Kirby in 10th. The top 10 will soon be all under the same blanket. If you enjoy P1's coverage of the Sim Gaming Expo ISRA Open Wheel Series and respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so you don't miss out on future P1 iRacing broadcasts. If you are just joining us, this is P1's coverage of the Sim Gaming Expo ISRA Open Wheel Series, coming to you from Michigan International Speedway. We've now completed 54 of 100 scheduled laps. Next time you're going to see us on the air is the continuation of the IndyCar Oval Series, Season 3 of 2025. If you like what you see here tonight, and you want to tune in tomorrow at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time, as the Indy cars will race under the stars at night at Kansas. Night racing at Kansas is always a surefire recipe for a photo finish. See for yourself. Don't miss it. Tomorrow night, 8:15, right here on P1.
Look at Kansas. Yeah, it's when you make a quali and go into the first, you have a half a race to win, but always something happen. Brandon Trost won the 9:15 p.m. by 0.34. It's a back race for sure, because Terry Silver was second. Everyone in 110, from 1 to 5th in 110. So it's gonna be a pretty good race tomorrow to watch and fix a series. Oval, fix a series, sorry.
The ISRA Open Wheel Series is brought to you by the Sim Gaming Expo. Get ready for the ultimate simulation gaming experience. The Sim Gaming Expo is bringing all genres of simulation and gaming technology under one roof. Join us September 5th through 7th in Chicagoland at the Schaumburg Convention Center to try out the latest gear from the biggest brands in the industry, meet your favorite streamers, and celebrate your passion for simulation with our incredible community. Don't miss out. To learn more or get your tickets, go now to simgamingexpo.com and be a part of simulation gaming history today. And I will be there. I have secured my tickets, and I will be there in September. Meanwhile, we're at lap 58 of 100. Round 11 of the ISRA Open Wheel Series, sponsored by Sim Gaming Expo. Just 3 more races on the schedule after this. Next race is at Atlanta. Speaking of Atlanta, we always know it's hot there. Let's check out the weather here in the Irish Hills, and it is 110 degrees on the track tip. The track tip has come down. It was 120 in practice and quals.
So they showed me 43.3 Celsius. Yeah, 110. It is not really hot, to be honest. It could be worse, but it's not really hot. For the tire, actually. I guarantee you that the temperature could be worse. The car is, you can management to going on the high line, on the middle. If it's the car is getting a little bit too reheated on the tire, you can use the high line. Try to don't turn too much the wheel, maybe the middle also too. But the tire is also, the condition is pretty good for race and stay side by side or something like that. I see my map. You see your map. I see three groups. The leaders, and then we come in with the other Jason Collins and Lovner, and on the back the points leader with Calisto. It's very separate for far.
Riding with Matt Wagner, who may become the points leader at the end of this race if Jacob Kahns cannot make up more positions. And right in front of him is the guy he is challenging for the points, Clindy. There's about 10 points separating those two, so he'll want to get around Clindy. But right now, Wagner sitting in a good position in 6th. Next round of pit stops are just around the corner. In fact, Tristan Fortson, we need to keep an eye on him. He's probably the first car that's going to be making the turn down pit road here in about, let's see, about 3 laps from now. Tristan Fortson should make the turn down pit road. He is already 30 laps into his second stint, and look at him ripping the top.
I think a little bit concerned about the Fortson. Maybe Fortson have to come in a little more late. Have to do it, because if he come in now, he don't. Maybe it's not gonna be finished to the end, because normally you need to. Oh no, sorry, he can. Actually, yes, he can, because he can do maximum 40 laps per tank. But he needs to little more just secure, maybe to have less fuel on the tank and be more faster in the pit road. Maybe 7 seconds should be 7.5 seconds should be good for him. For fuel, maybe 8 seconds than before he did 8.9. So that's he needs faster, because all of these guys, they're gonna come into the pit and they're for sure gonna do a fast refuel and tire. And it's coming now, actually. They call it.
We'll watch him. We're riding with him right now as he needs to get off the power, off the banking, onto the flat portion of the racetrack, and down to the speed limit at the cones. I think he did it. He is on he's on the speed limiter button. And now he needs to find his pit stall all the way down at the end here on pit road. Crawling, going from 220 miles an hour down to 55 highway speeds. Here we go, up on the jacks as he hits his marks. The right front is very worn down. He will get a new tire, nice and shiny. Back down and away, and enough fuel to get to the end. Final stop complete on this 200-mile race for Tristan Fortson, our pole sitter.
So I now realize they hooked they Michigan, so the count is a little more far than before. It's more closer before. You know, that's what I really kind of concerned about. Why is it going too slow? Because they don't realize the count is more far than before.
Almost saw Clindy and Rayvon meet on the exit of 4 there. Now waiting for the next round of pit stops for these drivers. Rigney's already stopped. Rodriguez has already stopped.
Oh, my God. Rayvon, President clear over there. He didn't even announce. Maybe he hear the clear. He put the car in front of the Richard Hearn.
And it's a pretty big 4D pack up front. 4D in first, second, and fourth. And some more 4D cars still coming. 4D racewear cars still coming. We got Ramsey and Fowler, 7th and 8th, just inside of the top 10.
Forza is coming now. Reagan is coming now. And 3Y. Oh no! Let's go! Wow! Oh! That's a good save.
Watch this. If we might have to go back a little bit and more in time to see that. Watch this. Actually, you know what? I see Rick's car move. I think there was netcode involved. Watch this. Yeah, netcode was involved there, and Rick kept it straight. Stouffer on pit road. Oh, we got Devin Ramsey, I think, is off in the grass. He's on the opposite side of the wall. He's gonna run through victory lane there, but he needs to take a whole lap to make his way back on. Richie Hearn, he
braked too hard, and he hit the wall.
Yeah, let's try to.
He might make the repairs, but he's gonna be again back on the back by himself.
And Rick Ravon taking evasive action as he got really close to the tires of Stouffer. Hopefully Ramsey could make it back around. He wasn't that light on fuel. Here he comes. Is he dead stick? No, he is going to have just enough fuel. Meanwhile, here comes Chris Fowler. Final stop for Chris. Lindy, Quilla, Kirby, Jason Collins still need to make their stops.
Oh! My God. It was close. Stouffer and Kirby in there and exit on turn 2.
So what the guys that have not stopped yet, and that is Clindy, Quilla, Kirby, Collins, Lovern, Goodman, Callisto, Jacob Collins, Hugo Gallas, Lewis Hayes. What they're looking at is just a shorter stop than everyone because they should have a shorter fill of fuel. That's the longest thing right now. Getting the fuel in the car. Our tires are going to take about 5 seconds or so. We'll watch Clindy come down off the banking. Our defending series champion. And he comes off the banking and smoking.
Oh. That's pretty close.
That means Ty Quilla's going to stay out for another lap, but right now he's not in a position to get the pit road as he's got Rick Ravon in his inside, so maybe Quilla could go another lap or so. Nope. Quilla down low now. Let's see if Quilla decides to hit pit road. And he does.
Coming now.
In lap for Quilla, giving the lead now to Jason Collins, our pole sitter. Or, excuse me, he sat on the front row. He is joined by our pole sitter right behind him, Treston Fordson. We see Michael Goodman coming off a pit road. Justin Kirby now your leader. Jason Collins, there he is in second. Kirby's probably going to go the longest. He went the longest last time. He went 45 last time. He can actually go, if that's the case, 10 laps to in sight of the finish.
Yeah, you're right, but it's not really worth it to do that. It should be coming now and try to gain that 23 laps but to go. So. But the problem is what happened if it's coming the cautions now. If it's coming the caution now, Collins and also Gallas and Callisto, they back on the game.
And there they are. This is third, fourth, and fifth on the racetrack. But they have yet to pit. Forsyth, Stouffer, Ravon, Fowler, and Wagner have made it back onto the tail end of the lead lap. There's our leader. Justin Kirby went 45 last time. He's at 32 now. He's got quite a ways before he needs to hit pit road again. Oh. Once again, if you're just joining us, you're watching P1's coverage of round 11 of 14 of the Sim Gaming Expo ISRA Open Wheel Series, coming to you from Michigan. We're currently Justin Kirby is your leader by staying out longer than everyone else at the time being. He could probably use some caution now.
Colin's coming now.
Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel so you'll miss out on the next race. The next race for us here in the Sim Gaming Expo ISRA Open Wheel Series will be next week when we head south to the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Coverage starts at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time right here on P1. Those Atlanta races are always challenging for these drivers. Despite being a wide open and fast intermediate-sized racetrack, these guys are going to have their hands full next week, so don't miss it. In December, P1 Broadcasting becomes a prime-time home for Happy Hour at the Brickyard, your nightly destination for all the action leading up to the prestigious PRI Hoosier 500. The last kiss of the bricks for 2025 is going to start right here on P1. The countdown is on, so pucker up and don't miss a second of the action. Like, share, and subscribe to stay locked in, and we will see you in Indy for the PRI Hoosier 500 in December. Collins down, done and away. Still Kirby out there making laps. He is now 36 laps into his stint.
It's a just small incident. Wagner tried to put the car in the turn 3, foresight, make the turn to the inside, kind of like no blocking because he doesn't know. And then in accident turn 4, Ray Raven didn't see foresight and side by side. He almost collected over there, but it was just small incident in the one lap ago.
Callisto also going long. Both Kirby and Callisto last stopped at lap 46 and lap 45 respectively. Ben Stouffer, he is in third. He pitted on lap 71. He's good to go to the finish.
They look in the yellow, to be honest.
Yeah, they want a yellow now. Give me a yellow now.
If the caution is coming out, it's going to be really good strategy. But remember, between now to 5 to go, actually no, to the end, the people's getting crazy because it's start to have the best position to the end.
Aquila leading this second group right here, and just on the tail end of it, that last car, this guy right here. I can circle him again.
I think he start to, okay, this is my position. I don't want nobody to take it.
Yep. That is your leader right there, that blue and black car. And I think he can make it maybe another 6 more laps at most. I don't think he can make it to the end. We'll ride with him. He sees a lot of racing in front of him. He's like, oh, and there goes Clindy underneath the white line. Rick kind of goes up the racetrack to give everyone a little bit of room, but right now Kirby sees all that. It's like, come on, boys, race each other harder, wreck each other, give me the caution that I need.
It's coming. Actually, oh my God, whoa. Wagner. Another complaint on Wagner because I tried to put the car in the middle, but there's no room over there.
2 rows of 3 right in front of our leader right now. Looks like the start of the Indy 500 or Michigan 500. Rick Ravon, a very interested party as well. He's willing just to let them race it out and wear off the rubber on the tires, and maybe he'll go forward here in the final laps with slightly fresher or less race-worn tires. Not fresher, but he's been taking better care of them. Big lift for Kirby. Oh, look at Ray Vaughn's car dancing.
He went for inside, no? For sure. Wow. You're right.
All these cars right in front of the leader, they are on the tail end of the lead lap. So they will be fighting for the win when Kirby comes to pit road.
Kirby's free to go to the pit. He needs to the yellow now to take the lead, but I don't see any. Oh no, I don't. I don't. Look at Wagner. Oh, he hauled it.
Oh, Stouffer up the racetrack, crowding his teammate a little bit. We got 3 4D cars in there. We got 2 road racing cars in there. Oh, Ty kind of scoots up the racetrack a little bit there. Clindy now leading this pack. He will pick up the lead when Kirby comes to pit road, and he's on pit road right now. He just needs to get a new set of tires and just enough fuel to get to the end. He's down and away already. He is moving. Kirby with a 8.9 second stop. And he's going to get passed by that lead group.
Oh, the other group is getting close. I think so. Kirby could be held a little bit. No, it's not going to be like that. 3.1. But Richard Herring radio said we can catch a guy. So he have the hope, at least.
Oh, getting crowded on the front stretch. Remember how this race ended a season ago. They went 4 wide actually, into the corner in turns 3 and 4 on the white flag lap. They came out of the corner 3 wide, and that's how they crossed the start-finish line. And it was Rayvon Wagner, and coming in third was Murph. And if you blinked on either one of them, you missed the photo finish. Less than 10 to go here at Michigan. Has it been a heck of a race? These guys have done a good job. Give them a thumbs up. They deserve that. And give us a subscribe and make sure you ring the bell to get notifications.
Woo! Kirby for the outside on Wagner. He's almost have a good momentum on the high line. Kirby on turn 2.
He's going to have the freshest tires out of all these guys.
But the problem is, that's the goal. Look at that. He cannot move it. He cannot do nothing else. Maybe the option is going high line and try to make something, or going for the inside, because he have 3 laps new tire.
Yeah, he reeled him in the old-fashioned way. He earned it. Just like, it's right there with Stouffer. And they're going into the wall, and that is going to bring out our caution. And Kirby again, snake bitten.
Reagan also too. Reagan by himself. Oh, they have a collected by the car on the front for Reagan. For Stouffer.
And that's going to hurt Stouffer in the points championship. But let's see what happened to Reagan as well. I think he just gets up into the zone and really no place to go as the cars bounce off the wall and comes down, and and Rodriguez just misses that one. Watch this from Rodriguez's point of view. Ooh. All right, and now we see Collins doing a pump fake to come to pit road. So Rodriguez is going to bring down everyone staying. There's a couple staying out. It looks like Lewis Hayes is going to stay out. And Gallas are going to stay out. Now, Hayes is 14 laps into his stint. Gallas is also 14 laps into his stint. So they're going to hope that those slightly older tires are going to be enough to hang on to this pack, while everyone behind them came down pit road. Rodriguez, Hearn, Goodman, Rigney, Fortson, our pole sitter, our points leader, Jacob Collins, new tires, Devin Ramsey. He's kind of saved it out of this caution after that pit stop he missed. He's now kind of back at the lead group again. Fortunately, Lewis Hayes is 1 lap down. So we're going to get a sprint to the end here. Probably with 4 to go. This is our first caution of the day, and these guys have done a great job tonight, Lewis. They have not been bouncing off one another like we've seen in other Michigan races. They have been very well behaved.
Yes, it is. It's a really good race. We have a short race, to be honest. It's 53 minutes. It should be more than that, the timing in track. But it's a really good job on everyone to understand the first 90 laps is just stay in position, try to run in, stay on there, try to separate each other and the main group, the strong group going to front. But that's happened. In my point view, is Stoffer as regular. We do it actually. When you try to approach to the corner, you little bit put the car high to going low because Stoffer was in the second and third line. So it's really difficult to make the turn with the old tires in the second line straight. So that's why he coming up a little bit, and that has happened with Kirby over there. Very accepted Kirby for the incident again. That's when the black cloud is in your top. Sometimes it's hard to take it off, but at some point it's off. At some point in this season, this should be go out.
Last time we were here, we had 3 cautions for 9 laps, so done a pretty good job, these guys. Great job tonight here at Michigan. Coming to take the green flag, hopefully, for the last time. Last time we were here, we did 125 laps, so they shortened the distance a little bit, 100 laps.
That's good.
And we're in store for a heck of a finish here. An 8-mile sprint to the end. Your leader is Clindy. He's going to bring his teammate Quilla's got a 6th, Forsyth in 3rd, Fowler in 4th. So it's Rogue Racing and 4D Racewear in the top 4, and our points leader, which is probably going to be our points leader at the end of this race, Matt Wagner in 5th. Unless Jacob Collins can move up this pack really fast and rescue some of his points and do a full send with those new tires. Clindy, your leader, down the backstretch. 3.5 laps to go now. Here comes Quilla to the inside, and Ty's going to clear.
Oh, Forsyth going to the wall.
Oh.
Nice hole for him.
And do not rule out Rick Ravon. Do not even think about ruling him out. Here comes Quilla to the inside. And now here comes Forsyth. He cuts to the bottom. But Clinty's like, nope, I'll go to the bottom.
Look at that, Wagner.
We're going to go 4 wide through 1 and 2.
Oh,
and Rick Ravon shoots the gap. Down the back, we're going to carve the wall. That's Goodman. I think he's recovered it. We're going to go 4 wide into turns 3 and 4. Quilla to the bottom, Clindy in the middle. Right below Clindy is Ravon. Above Ravon right now is Wagner. White flag in the air.
Oh, Ravon. Let's see what he's doing.
Rick's just trying to get lower than Clindy.
He's
got a wing there. He's got a nose there.
Oh.
They're going to go 3 wide down the backstretch. Somebody lost a wing. We're going to go 4 wide. We are spinning behind.
Oh.
Fowler into the wall. They're collecting behind. Here comes Rick Ray Vaughn to the finish down on the bottom. And Rick Ray Vaughn, I think, is going to be able to repeat as the winner.
Nice. What a man. I have to say in Spanish, this have a cojones, man. That's a really big X, man. Already put the car in that spot. And really nice on Clendy to hear the outside or the inside and give it the space. Really nice finish for Raybon. He did a good job, actually. Man.
So he extended his winning margin for this race over last year's 6 thousandths of a second. Now it's only 200ths of a second.
And they have a lot of incidents. So Ramsey out, Collins, my God, on the turn 3. Oh, one car on the fence, Corson and Richard Hearn.
Oh, wow.
In turn 3, Callisto with Valor and Goodman and Collins, sorry. Man, there's at least 3 or 4 cars in there.
Well, and that's going to help the points leader coming into this race, because we're going to talk about that right now. Rick with the win, Clindy in second, Quilla in third, Matt Wagner in fourth. Now, is that enough for Matt to get the points lead? I don't think it is, because Craig Forsyth comes home fifth. Hugo Gallas with a top 10. Great finish for Hugo in sixth. But Jacob Collins, who was languishing in 17th, 18th, 19th, all race long, comes in the pit road, gets a new set of tires. They wreck Mangold coming off the corner, coming to the checkered flag. He avoids it all and gets a top 10 out of this thing somehow. He comes home seventh and might have preserved his points lead. We will see. Rigney, the host with the most, in eighth. Gary Lovern in ninth, and Jason Collins in 10th. Goodman, his first start in the series in a while, 11th. Ramsey, 12th. Fowler, 13th. Callisto, 14th. Treston Fortson, our pole sitter, in 15th. Richie Hearn in 16th. Rodriguez, Hayes, Kirby, not the finish he was looking for, in 19th. And Stouffer, that is your top 20. And rounding out the 21 car field here is Chris Reagan.
So, all started with the Quilla net code on Valor. Valor went to the wall. Goodman. Yeah, Callisto hit him. Goodman went. No, sorry, Collins. Jason Collins went to there. And on the back, Goodman tried to avoid. I don't know. He went to the apron. Oh, he tried to avoid the contact on the Lobner and. Man, there's a lot of things. And David Rodriguez. Andy Gigabaolo collected too. There's a lot of things in the round. Oof. And Fortson hit. Oh my God! He went to the fence and just rolling. Good race, actually. Thank God it's virtual stuff.
All right, let's get on into the interview room. And talk to the podium here. And I do want to double check and see standing. Have they been updated yet? Yes, they have. Right. So before we bring in Ty, here's your points update. Jacob Collins does survive and leads coming out of this race going to Atlanta. His points lead is now 4. Then Jacob's teammate is Clindy The lead over him is 6, so it's 480 to 476 to 474. Then Rick Ray Vaughn now into the top 5. We will talk to Rick here momentarily. He's 4th, 13 points behind Clindy, and Craig Forsyth is 5th, 3 points behind Rick Ray Vaughn. Rigney, Callisto, Stouffer, Lovern, and Richie Hearn round out the remainder of the top 10. Let's get into the interview room here. Bring up Ty Quilla. Here he is. Ty finishing 3rd today. Elbows out on that last lap. Looked like it was a lot of fun, but it looked a little hairy all at the same time. Talk about that finish coming down there to the end 3 wide and trying just to keep your car straight to get to that line as fast as possible.
Yeah. Oh, man. I thought it could have been so much better, but I just didn't set it up the right way. I what I thought was going to happen. I thought on the comms, in the channel, I thought Kyle was saying clear, clear, clear. That's not what he was saying. He said not clear, not clear. So I was getting ready to push him down to the bottom so we could cover that off. Luckily, you got that call soon enough. But I obviously had to do a little correction there, and that sent Fowler up into the fence. So sorry to those guys that got collected there, and then. Then I got a little desperate. I saw a little middle lane there, and I was like, ooh, that apron's wide enough to go 3 wide. Let's see what happens. And then, sorry. Last lap, though, I don't know. I had to try something, I felt like, so.
Were you kind of surprised at how much green flag racing there was? I mean, you guys were pretty much at it from the get-go, and not very much time to get a rest there until that caution that came out with about 8 laps to go. Even though it's a 100-mile sprint race, a lot of action out there and just keeping the cars up front and saving a lot of fuel, which you managed to do.
Yeah, that was a really fun race, actually. A lot of green flag. It was fun to save some fuel for the beginning so we could kind of push later on. Try to get a little bit of a short fill. That was a pretty good race. Always love going green flag for, 92 laps you said. So
yeah.
I can't beat that. And especially, it's a little packy, but for the most part, everyone was real clean. So maybe that was part of the fuel saving. I'm not sure, but you never know. Sometimes those fuel save races, people get eager and they just want to go. So it kind of splits the strategies.
Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors. Anyone want to say hi to before we let you go? Big podium finish here.
Shout out to all the ISRA guys. Thanks for putting on this every week. Appreciate you guys. P1, all you guys. Appreciate you guys as well. Techtopia, our road racing sponsor. Thank you to those guys. All my road racing teammates, Jacob, Kyle, and here tonight, and all the guys who aren't there today.
Congratulations on the P3. We will see you in a week when we head to Atlanta.
Thanks, Gary. Appreciate you. Take it easy.
Yeah. All right, and that is Ty, and Ty is he hasn't made all the races this season, but he is out in the top 20 in points here in the series. He's now 19th. Let's bring in Clindy here. And here he is, Kyle Clinworth, finishing 2nd today. Keeping it interesting here coming into the stretch run to get and defend that series championship from a season ago. Another podium finish. I know you wanted the win, but a good points-paying day nevertheless. Congratulations. Talk about your race.
Yeah, just saved some fuel with Ty and built a tire advantage. It really showed up there at that last green flag stint that was probably going to be the checkers. I think there were 6 or 7 cars there, and Ty and I were just able to slice and dice and move by them like they were standing still. I think we had 5 lap fresher tires and, had to start the run with a little less fuel because we went a little longer. So had a lighter tank and fresher tires and just were able to slice and dice and make it up to the front and then just try to protect from there. That yellow was really bad for us. I think we went from a for sure 1-2 to a maybe question mark. So really unfortunate timing on that, but we were lucky. I think that no one pit behind us. I think if 3rd or so would have pit, a whole bunch more people would have came and got tires, and I don't think anyone who stayed out would have had a chance if a majority of the field pit. But that's just the way these things go. It's just kind of got to play the hand you're dealt. And tonight, we had play spades, we had like a 3-hand, not a barn burner. So
well, now with just a couple of races to go, we're going to Atlanta next. You are now 6 points behind your teammate Jacob Collins for the lead, and only 2 points behind Matt Wagner, who is in second spot in the points. And if you don't look too far behind you, you still have Rick and Craig Forsyth, who are within 13 and actually 16 points of you combined. Thoughts getting down to the final part of this season here, and what do you think your chances are to get a repeat on your series championship?
Well, Gary, they'd be a lot better if I had finished last week. That's what I say.
Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone I want to say hi to before we let you go?
Yeah, just my mom. Thanks for sticking in the chat and cheering us all on. Thanks to Techtopia Systems, a partner of Rogue Racing. They make integrated, fully built PC solutions for you. All you have to do is go to them at their Techtopia Systems on Facebook or their website. If you like the way the stream looks in 1440p with these beautiful graphics, this is a Techtopia system the stream is running on, so give them a shout, see what they can do for you, and I actually might see if they'll deliver me a system to Las Vegas that I'll bring home, because I'll be there for an extended weekend, and I think I'll have to race from my hotel room, so we'll see how that goes. And then thanks to all the people at the Votive Racing League. Come and tune in on Sunday night. We will be at Motegi at the Egg in Japan. Sunday night, 8 Eastern. Come on in. It's a great time. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. P1 Broadcasting, your home for everything IndyCar iRacing. So, yeah, that's it. Thanks so much, Gary.
Congratulations. We'll see you in a week when we go to Atlanta.
Thank you.
And real quick before we bring in Rick, here is the remaining schedule. There you see it. Atlanta, Kansas, Pocono. That is all we have left right there.
We are really close to the end. That's pretty good.
3 races to go, and we'll bring up Rick Ravon now, and here he is. Rick, congratulations, man. You made your win this time look like it was miles in comparison. 0.06 of a second was your margin of victory last time. This time, 0.25 of a second this time getting the win. Congratulations for backing it up. Not just the Indy Whisperer, but the Michigan Whisperer. Talk about your race.
Oh, I don't know. What is there to talk about? I mean, from the beginning, you're looking to save fuel. I wanted to lead a lap just for the hell of it. So we went up there pretty early, led a lap, and then we just laid back. And, my teammate, Jason Collins, we were doing the same thing. We're just laying back, saving fuel. And then we realized, you know what? Everybody's going to have to make 2 stops. There's no way you could possibly save enough. I guess maybe unless you run the map 8. To make it a one-stop race. So we just turned it up and just figured, if we come in now, we'll be able to draft up on the leaders, because we saw when other people pitted, they didn't come out too far behind. So that would be a slight advantage, because if you come out and you're in the draft of the leaders, you draft up to them, you get a little advantage, just to be able to run up on them. And it all just worked out. It started getting crazy up there. And so I backed out. I saw Wagner did the same thing. Me and Wags, we were just kind of sitting back there watching because it was getting crazy. But, there's no guarantee that anybody's going to wreck because, again, it's this quality field. So they could do it and get away with it. But something happened. I guess Kirby got back up there, and I think him and Stouffer got together. And, damn, I almost hit him. I mean, that was way too close. I was just taking it easy trying to get to the end. And then, whew, I was close.
Yeah, you had a netcode moment in turns 3 and 4 with Clindy to your inside. There was a full wheel width between the two of you, but it looked like it was just enough to nudge your car a little sideways. I bet that was a whole crap moment there at that time.
That's right. Yeah, that was coming out of turn 4. I saw him coming up on my mirror, and I was trying to give him room. I was moving up, but I think I had a car to my outside, so I couldn't really move up too far. But so I was just kind of favoring as much as I could, and we still made contact. And it just got me a little bit sideways, but there's nothing, a quick recovery, just a blip of the throttle, and it straightened out. But, that last restart, it was just a matter of getting up there and just doing what you can, because, everybody's up there, 3, 4 wide. So there's really no room to make a move. So I just took whatever I had, and that was the inside line. And Clendy kind of gave it up. He could have covered, but I would have gone up top. I mean, wherever there was a gap, like Ayrton Senna would say, if you no longer go for a gap, you're no longer a race driver. So, I had that in mind, and wherever the gap was, I was going to go for it and just keep my foot in it. And I mean, it just worked out. It looks like 25 thousandths of a second. Clendy and I had a close finish. I forget, one of those cookie cutter tracks, Atlanta or Texas or Charlotte or one of those. And again, it was like a blink of an eye. So this is just, after last week at Phoenix, I really feel like we had the field covered, but I blew qualifying and then touched, it came off of turn 4 and the car just moved like a foot to the left. It was just totally my fault, but I took out Mike and I couldn't get back to the pits. So I had to tow, and then I was 2 laps down, and I was just trying to make up that, if I can get in front of the leader and make up a lap, get a yellow flag, I had that in mind, because really the Gould charge was just hooked up at Phoenix. But, we'll take this win. Kyle Clemworth, he always races clean. And Ty Quilla, to have those 2 fellas up behind me, and not to mention Wagner and Forsyth, it's a heck of a good feeling, because, they're all so good. So you really accomplished something.
Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors. 19 points out of the lead. 3 races to go. Go ahead.
Well, that's good, man. That's a good thing. We're back in a big way, baby. Wait, why doesn't my muscle look big? Anyway, we're back in a big way, and we'll see what happens the last 3 races of the season. Just hoping for the best. It hasn't been a great season, but we'll see what happens. Shout out to my wife. Shout out to my kids. None of which really care, but shout out anyway. Shout out to all the drivers out there, and of course the league owner, Mike Wrigley. You guys, I wish I could watch the race before I go to bed, but I have to get up at 5 o'clock, so I'll be lucky to get 5 hours sleep. If I get sleep by midnight, maybe I'll just skim through the highlights. My Lord and Savior, Jesus, I love him with all my heart, soul, mind, and breath. And everybody that tuned in, thanks for the support. I understand that Rigney's thinking about, shutting down the IndyCar portion of his ISRA efforts, which I'm really sad to hear, because I'm having a great time here with a bunch of great guys. Shout out to oh, hi, honey. Sorry, she's just coming out. I didn't wake you up, did I? Oh, okay. I love you too, honey. Shout out to Richie Hearn, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. He's the one that got me into the league. So thanks, Richie. It's truly an honor. And I guess that's about it. God bless you guys, and thank you. We'll see you next time.
Congratulations, and we'll see you in a week when we get to Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, Atlanta. That's right. Oh, by the way, hi, Lewis.
Hey.
I never hear him. He never says anything, ever, in the interviews.
He's like you. He needs to get up early in the morning, so he wants to wrap these up.
Oh, okay. I'll let you guys go.
All right, Rick, take care.
Thanks, guys. You too. Bye-bye.
Oh, Lewis, very entertaining race. They did a great job. Only 1 caution today, and it was wheel to wheel the entire time. And kind of typical. You talked about it at the end of these races. The elbows come out, and it gets a little spicy. And once again, very typical finish here at Michigan with the Indy cars. Spicy with the elbows out.
Yeah, it was a pretty exciting race. Let's be honest. Boring the first 160, 70 laps, because
Right.
it's Michigan Auto Club or Fontana or California Speedway and Pocono, maybe Pocono a little bit. It's kind of like stay in position, try to little, but the showtime is after 10, 15 laps. Taquilla tried to do it with defended position and 10 laps to go. Bad for Kirby again. He have a good, he have a nice to try go over there. So okay. So I think so. Mike want to pull to the broadcast. I don't know.
Oh, Mike wants to come on up?
Yeah.
All right, let me, there he is.
Something about Rick. statement or something like that. I don't know.
Okay. We will bring up our admin, Mike Rigney, who won at Gateway. And here he is, the admin, the host with the most, Mike Rigney, joining us in the booth upon request. Go right ahead, sir.
I just wanted to correct one of Rick's statements. I heard his interview. Congrats, Rick. Nice race, buddy. IndyCar's not shutting down. There's going to be a lull, a pause after the summer series is over, after this series finishes. There's going to be a little bit of a break, give everybody a little reset time. But fall and winter time, we're still racing. Don't think we're not. We're still going. There's just going to be a little bit of a break in between the end of summer and the beginning of whatever I do next. But no, we're not done IndyCar racing. That's all I wanted to say.
All right. Well, that's good. And some more racing to look forward to later in this calendar year. Thanks a lot, Mike. We'll put you back down into the interview room, but we'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
All right. So the boss man says we got some racing to look forward to.
Yeah, so it's like it's not gonna be a blown break. It's just we need a break for sure.
Yes,
For sure, we need some break.
Everybody needs a break, not
that.
just the drivers and the admins, but even us doing the streams. You know, we could use a break. We appreciate that.
It's IndyCar. The last season is in August, September, and then they come back on March. So it's like they need a break. They need to come back to the lives and stuff. So everyone have a break, and everyone for sure. It's a circle. Everybody starts to zero. So when the circle started coming to the high, to the top, we started from zero again. So that's the thing. So Michigan pretty good for Raybon. I already repeated that. He have a really big X, cojones, just did that, and he did a good job and really cleanly to make a clear race, because if he's somebody else, who knows else, could be make the I don't want to say blocking, but you know, the last lap everything is free for all, basically, and the last lap to defend the winner. So that's the thing. Mention to Hugo Galaz for 12th spot, so the driver of the day. Good job for him, and he avoided a lot of the Gregs and
yes, he did. Yeah,
cars around in the back straight. So Atlanta for sure is super hot. It's difficult. It's bumpy. It's not a new one. Thank God it's not a new one, because if a new one, it could be another pack race and thing. So good to have it the old Atlanta. So see you next Monday. Tomorrow a pack race in Kansas. The result we can see in the iRacing is 6 cars in 1/10. So it's really crazy. It's gonna be tomorrow, so it's gonna be exciting. So don't forget about tomorrow, 8:50 p.m. Eastern time.
I'm looking at one of the things now that the timing and scoring gives us as soon as the race is complete, is we see the incident count of all the drivers, and the top two, Rick and Clindy, both have 8X, which typically with an 8X means you had a wreck in your race, you know, had involved either a fast repair or you were done. And I think those they got the bulk of their X's at the end when they were banging wheels. But Craig Forsyth, 0X the entire race. We were 100 laps of wheel-to-wheel action. Craig Forsyth manages not to get any bumps or bangs or net codes whatsoever. And Hugo Gallas, only one incident. So, and no surprise, both those guys finished 5th and 6th. So, if you mind your P's and Q's in these races, you'll get up into the top 10. But just an interesting stat I saw right there. 8X for Rick, 8X for Clindy, 4 for Quilla, and 4 for Wagner. But Forsyth and Gallas, none for Forsyth and only 1 for Gallas. So good job on those two guys. Well, let's get on out of here. Give everyone back their Monday night, and so you could go to sleep, because you got to look good in the morning for work. I got work in the morning, so let's get on out of here.
Good for the work. I always look at work. Always good.
All right. That's it for tonight. And once again, your podium from Michigan is Rick Ravon defending his win here from a season ago. Gets the win. Glindy comes home second and keeping his repeat chances alive for our reigning and defending series champion. And Ty Quilla, another podium finish for Ty. He comes home third. Join P1 again next week for round 11 of season 2 of the Sim Gaming Expo ISRA Open Wheel Series. It's a teams of drivers. Head down to Atlanta Motor Speedway. Coverage begins around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, it's 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And remember, as always, for the correct broadcast time in your area, you can find everything right here on YouTube at youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not an easy one, so please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know your thought on tonight's race and if you enjoyed tonight's coverage. Support us by smashing like in the video, would you? If you're new, click subscribe, and while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so don't miss out on more of P1's other iRacing programming, including Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the, once again, the Saturday IIS, that's the IndyCar iRacing Series top split coming to you from Montreal. Make sure to catch all the wheel-to-wheel action with some of the best road racers on the entire service right here on P1, 2 p.m. Eastern Time from Montreal. ISRA Open Wheel Series is brought to you by the Sim Gaming Expo. Get ready for the ultimate simulation gaming experience. The Sim Gaming Expo is bringing all genres of simulation and gaming technology under one roof. Join us September 5th through 7th at Chicagoland at the Schaumburg Convention Center and try out the latest gear from the biggest brands in the industry. Meet your favorite streamers. I'll be there and celebrate your passion for simulation with our incredible community. Don't miss out. To learn more or to get your tickets now, go to simgamingexpo.com and be a part of simulation gaming history today. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash Sim Cams. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook. You can follow on X and Instagram. The links are in the description. So, for LGN, everyone here at P1 and the Sim Gaming Expo and ISRA, I'm Gary Gonzo saying all good night, and thanks for watching. And to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again right here next week in Atlanta for the next race of the Sim Gaming Expo ISRA Open Wheel Series. Echo Park Speedway, right?
Oh.
Atlanta Motor Speedway. Good night, everybody.